Hello, hello, hello. Oh, see, okay, I was hoping the glare wouldn't be there, but it's reflecting off of my other phone, so I'll just take those off. Welcome, 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 my beautiful, blessed beings of love and light. Natasha Monique here, your modern day witch, intuitive tarot reader, here to spread my love and light, teach you how to embody the magic within you. Welcome to day 4. It's day 4, 5 days of magic. Today we are talking about setting your altar. Earlier today on my Facebook page, I posted a picture of my altar. I keep my altar constantly set with something. I rotate it in accordance with the cycles of life. I'm a little stuck here. Okay, yeah, there we go. All right. Oh, my necklaces are stuck together. There we go. I got it. I'm together. I got it. I got it. I got it. But yeah, let's talk about your altar, how you can set it up, and the importance of really having an altar. So an altar is a sacred space that reminds you. Hi, Amanda. Welcome, welcome. Your altar is your sacred space that reminds you of and connects you with the magic within you. So an altar can be as simple as a representation of the elements, okay? You being one of those elements, you being the ether, and then having earth, air, fire, and water. So you can do something so simple as just taking 4 empty shot glasses, okay? One of them you fill with water. One of them you leave empty to represent air. One of them you put a candle in for fire. And the other one you can just put some dirt from outside of your house in to represent the earth, or drop a crystal in it or whatever to represent the earth. It could be as simple as that, or it could be a little more elaborate, like the one that I have. You also can place on your altar things that correspond with what's going on in the cycles of life at that time. Um, you can create an altar to honor a particular deity. All right. So now let's go back to the cycles of time first. So, like, okay, our next turn of the wheel is Emulge. So for that, you could put more like a Bridget cross on there. You could put things that correspond more with that fiery element of Emulge, things like that. You can put on your altar really to help represent that time, that turn of the wheel. Like we just came off of Yule. So for Yule, maybe you had some pine cones, and like I still have my Yule ornament on my altar because it's just so beautiful. You could have acorns and um what are the, oh my gosh, the name of them is escaping me right now. Mistletoe, um bows, things like that can go, like that just corresponds with what the turn of the wheel is. You can have those things on your altar to honor the turning of the wheel, the changing of the seasons, that cycle of life that we all go through. Now, we can also have it to honor a particular deity. Like if you wanted to honor the Lady Isis, you'd put offerings and things on your altar that Isis would like. All right, things that represent her, like her colors, like, candles in her colors, offering like Isis is purple, gold. Those are the types of colors that she likes. Offerings for her would be like fruit, an apple. An apple is a symbol of knowledge. You can have that up there. Even a little statue of Isis on there. If you have tarot cards or oracle cards that correspond with that deity, put that card up there. Those are all things that can help. Oh, yes, please do post your pic soon. You make awesome altars, Amanda. You really do. Your altars be kick ass. So please do post that. And yeah, post it on Facebook so I can share it. I want to share your altar because I know it's going to be awesome. Yeah, yeah. I'm excited for that. Like mine right now is just in correspondence with the last moon phase that we had, the new moon that we had. So come the next full moon, I'll switch it up for that. I'll then switch it up again for Emulge. And in those times between the Sabbats and Ethspits and between the full and new moons, if I feel the need to connect to a certain goddess, I will switch it up to give me that energy and influence of that goddess. That really is the purpose of an altar, is to have that sacred space where you can connect. You can just truly connect with that being. And now, I want to make sure I don't go off on a tangent and keep on my notes. Okay, yeah, that's the next thing I wanted to talk about. Creating an altar for a particular celestial body. So let's say you needed to strengthen your love connection, your love space, your love heart. You can create an altar to Venus. You can create an altar to Pluto if you need help to transform, help in transformation. If you need help with like your career or some career things, you can build an altar to Uranus. You can build an altar to Sirius to help you connect to those star beings. We can basically construct an altar to go with whatever assistance we need from the universe. And so now, how do you work with that altar after you set your beautiful space up, have it nice and clean, set your items up? How do you then connect? How do you connect with the items on your altar? It's as simple as meditating to it, so to speak. Just cleansing yourself, steadying yourself, clearing your mind, having yourself nice and clear, light whatever candle you have on there, center your mind, and open your heart to connect with that time, that deity, that celestial being, and just meditate on it. You just meditate on it, asking Isis, please give me strength of leadership and please help me to enhance my psychic abilities. Venus, please send love into my heart space so that I may be full of love and be loving to other beings. You know what I mean? You can go to Pele. Please help me destroy the things that I need to destroy, burn down what needs to be burnt down so I can build anew. To Ganesh. Ganesh is also a good one. You can build an altar to Ganesh and ask Ganesh to please stomp out any obstacles that are in my way with me getting to my goals and achieving my goals. It really is as simple as that. You can get those prayer candles. I love those long prayer candles that just stay lit for like days and days and days, and have those lit during certain times and just go back to it. Even just going back to it and meditating on the flame of the candle that you have on your altar, that representation of fire, meditating on that for a moment and really centering yourself and focusing on that fire element will definitely help you to connect with that essence, that energy of what you want to connect with. Now, how to create them is as simple as doing your research. Just intuitively know or decide who or what you want to connect with. And then do your research. Just do your research. See what types of offerings this particular deity, celestial body, what represents them, what colors, what objects, what items represent them. All right. And then you build your altar around that. Also use your intuition. If you're building an altar and you feel like, okay, this needs that, then yeah, it does. And that deity that you are building that altar to, that time that you're building that altar for, that celestial being you're building that altar for, they're going to accept it and they're going to love it with grace and ease. That's just going to happen. That's how that's going to play out. That's how that's going to happen. They're going to appreciate it and love it because you took the time to create something to pay homage to that being. I know gods and goddesses really appreciate altars because that's how they're remembered. That is how they are remembered, is when you build an altar to them. Now, during Samhain, when it's like that All Souls time, the Day of the Dead time, building an ancestor altar is awesome. It enables you and your family to connect to loved ones in your family. You don't even have to actually be in your family, but loved ones. Oh, sorry. Sorry, someone was messenger calling me. My bad. Helps you, I was talking about ancestor altars, helps you to connect to past family members. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry about that again. I hope she doesn't call again because, dude, I'm busy. I can't video chat with you right now. What was I saying? That threw me off. Ancestors. Yes, that is an excellent way in which to connect to your past family members, those beings in your life that were human in your life with you that are now no longer with you. You build an ancestor reef just of pictures of those people, have it down on a reef, put an altar there, and just like you give offerings to the deities of things that they like, you give offerings to your family members of things that they like. Like for my ancestor wreath, someone who's always on there is my grandmother, my oma. My oma loves kung fu movies, so I make sure to play a kung fu movie at least one time during that time period. She also, she didn't drink much, but when she did drink, it was Goldschlagers or champagne. So I'll put a little glass of that out. And she liked candy. She did love little candies, little like Reese's cups and Butterfingers. She loved those, so I'll put those out for her up there, and that's my offering to her to let her know, hey, come on and come and visit us. I remember you. And then what you do with the ancestor wreath is that ancestor altar, you then all gather around and you tell fantastic stories about those individuals. Keep the legends alive of your family. That's the same thing with gods and goddesses. You keep the legends alive. You tell stories of the things that they did. You pay homage to the things that they did in life. Do that for your family too. Why not? The movie Coco is an excellent way to get your kids involved with that. If they think, it's kind of weird, I don't know, I don't want to do that, have them watch the movie Coco, because that's basically all it's about is their ofrenda and him, I don't care, I don't want to be on your stupid ofrenda. Like that's what the little boy says, and then he goes down to the underworld to try to find one of his ancestors, and like it's just a really a fantastic story to explain the importance of having that ancestral altar, of having that space that's sacred for the people and loved ones that were here on earth with you that you know, or even you can add people that you don't know to your ancestor wreath. Anyone, hey Robin, anyone who you feel akin to. Like if you are connected to Martin Luther King Jr., Buddha, Mother Teresa, Harriet Tubman, any historical figure that you feel a connection to, put a picture of them on there. Do some research about them, figure out what they like, and give them an offering on there. Ask them for their wisdom and guidance. You're asking your ancestors for wisdom and guidance as well when you're building this ancestor wreath, when you're making this altar to pay homage to your ancestors. It's the same thing with deities. When you're building this altar for deities, you're asking them for their assistance, for their wisdom and guidance. You're giving them offerings in exchange for that wisdom and guidance. Those offerings draw their spirit, their energy into that space. So then now you are free to say, hey, Oma, I need your help. Like, and still, she still won't give me her recipes. She still won't. Took them to the grave with her, and still, Oma, how did you make that apple strudel? How did you make that? Because it's not how it is on the box, and it's not how it is in any recipe I looked up. How did you make that? She just smiles at me. She still will not give me any recipes, that lady. No, she will not. So now, make sure before you set your altar up, you always cleanse and clear the area. So make sure the table that you're using. Hey, Samantha. Oh, good, Robin. I'm glad you have an altar. We should all have an altar. Like, right now, I'm staying with family members, so I just have my one altar in my room. When I had my own place, I had an altar everywhere. It was a 2-bedroom apartment. My son was at college. I had an altar in his room. I turned into my meditation room, my sacred space. So I had like 3 altars up in there. I had one in my bedroom, one in my kitchen, one in my living room, one in my dining room. Like I just had altars all over the place, like just for different things, different areas, different spaces, different connections that I wanted to build throughout my life. Yeah. Hey, boo boo. So now you want to make sure that the area that you build your altar on is nice and clean. So make sure the surface is nice and clean down. I would recommend using a natural cleanser over something that is like heavy with chemicals. So even just taking some salt water or throw some vinegar in it, salt water with vinegar, and just wipe it down. So even if you need to, like, if it's, let's say it's filthy, filthy, disgusting, because you just pulled some old thing out of whatever to use as a tabletop to be an altar. So you're going to clean it with your cleanser, but then you want to clean it over with salt water and vinegar. Oh, awesome. I'm 38, Samantha. You want to clean that with salt water and vinegar to make sure it's nice and clean and cleanse that surface. And then you want to smudge around it. You want to make sure the energy around it is also clean. Using white sage to smudge your altar space is fantastic and absolutely amazing. Like it just cleans all that energy. White sage is also antibacterial, so you can use it on your person as well. So I recommend if you're going to do work at your altar, take that smudge it around and smudge it on you as well. When that smoke gets into your pores, it's antibacterial and actually really does in addition to lifting your vibration, it cleanses you. It really does cleanse your pores. That smoke gets into your pores and it cleans it all up. And like you just feel so fresh and so clean afterwards. Then you've got all your items there. You make sure you smudge your items, make sure they're nice and clean. Oh, good that you change it every week and put fresh flowers there. That's awesome. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, yay. Happy birthday, Samantha. Twinsies, 1980 babies. Woo woo. Well, I guess you're 81 because I'll make 39 this year. So, yeah, I guess you're 81 where I'm 80. Okay, but yay, 80 babies. We're the best. So, okay, so now you've got all your items. You know what it is that you want to put on your altar. You want to make sure you smudge them as well, keep them nice and clean, and set them up with the intention and purpose for what you're going to use that altar for. So now you've got everything nice and set up. Everything is clean. You're clean. Your energy is clean. Your vibration is high. Your intention is set. Light your candle. It's highly recommended that you have a candle on your altar and then get to meditating. Meditate. Everything comes back to the meditation. Everything comes back to the meditation. Meditate. Focus yourself. Draw in white light. Ask that deity for help. Ask that energy to come in. Oh, look at both of y'all, 81 babies. Look at y'all. Ask that deity, that energy, that celestial energy to come in and help you and assist you with what you need assistance with for what you built this altar for. All right. And then you don't have to sit there for like an hour, 2 hours. No, this connection can be something quick, 5-10 minutes that you make that connection. Allow your candle to burn out. Don't ever blow out a candle on your altar. Either let it burn out all the way, or if you're using one of those bigger prayer candles, hit it with this. Hit it with lick the finger. Once a prayer candle gets like halfway down, you just got to let that burn out because it's too long for you to try to light and relight all of that. Don't worry, it won't cause a fire. The containers that those prayer candles are in are built to be burnt continuously. All right, so don't worry about that. Oh, look at y'all, both 81 and you both love purple. Twinsies, twinning it up, twinning it up. That's awesome. That's awesome, great and swell. So meditate in front of it to connect with your energy to the altar and imbue your energy onto it. Like really do take that time, energy, and effort to put your energy into it and then to receive the energy back from it. And visit your altar daily. An altar does not like to be neglected. Okay, it does not like to be neglected at all. So when you put it up there, visit it daily. Even if you just pass by it and give a thank you. You know, take 2 minutes to sit in front of it and steady your breathing and connect with the items on your altar. Do that every single day to make sure that your altar is not neglected and keeps the energy up and high and flowing for what you requested this altar to do for you. All right, altars are another tool that we can use to enhance our magic. So please use them and use them wisely. So yes, that is, yep, boom. Got through it all. Let me make sure and go back and make sure I didn't forget anything. Zodiac signs. If you are so inclined, like you know me, I'm an Aries. So during Aries season, I do like to create my Aries altar. You can definitely create an altar to either go with your own rising sun, moon sign, whatever signs is all in your entire natal chart. Or like, let's say you're not in Aries and Aries is not in your rising sign either. Like Aries is like in Pluto. You've got Aries and Pluto or something like that. And you want to connect with that fiery inferno energy of Aries. You can create an Aries altar to embody those characteristics to help yourself to be that fiery human being that's in action, that takes action and goes forward and is not afraid to go to war if need be. That's battle ready. All right. Same thing like right now, we are in the sun sign of Capricorn. So if you need a little bit more dedication, you need to be stronger like the goat. You need to have that perseverance, that bit of stubbornness so that you can really block things out and get things done, that determination. You can build a little altar. Something like that is as simple as just taking the symbol that symbol of the goat, and placing it on, or even a little goat figurine and placing it on your altar. Like for Aries, take a little ram and place it on there. It doesn't, your altar doesn't have to be some huge elaborate thing. I know some witches have huge long altars that have like everything in the world on them, and some have just a small table with earth, air, fire, water. Both methods are just as effective. It depends on what resonates with you, how deep you want to go with your altar, and what you want to get out of it. Oh, good. Oh, see? Perfect. Perfect, perfect, Amanda. Having the seashells, mermaids, sand to represent that Piscean energy. That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. Get that energy going. I have a little fire fairy that I have my fire fairy. I actually decorated my desk and it has its own, it has a little happy Buddha and a fire fairy on there and my little Isis statue on my desk that's behind me here, along with my bamboo, and I have a little chakra pyramid and my little scullies that are on all on there. And that little fiery fairy gives me my, helps to enhance my fiery being, because I'm in sun sign Aries with a Sagittarius rising. So I've got two fire signs right in my first two, and then I'm a Libra moon. So that, what's that, like that Libra moon evens me out. That's why I'm not judgmental, and see the point of view of other people, see other people's side, give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Like, yeah, I can be a little too trusting sometimes and a little naive. My intuition is getting me out of that, which is great. Yay, glad that I tapped into that, because I used to be super, super naive. But use your altar and build them all over the place. They don't need to be elaborate things. They can be simple as long as they're meaningful. And as long as they're meaningful to you, they will be effective for you. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and I will see you tomorrow for day 5 of 5 days of magic. And if you would like to join the free webinar on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just send me your email address. Amanda and Robin, I've got you guys's. I've got y'all on. I will send you my Zoom link so you can be prepared for that. But just shoot me your email address, either message it to me or email me at tarot.tosh.balance@gmail.com, and I will get you in for Saturday's webinar, where it's all about the magic in you, and we just take these 5 lessons and put them into a deeper level. We just go deeper with it. We take it to that whole nother other level. So thank you so much for joining me. I love you all so much. Peace, love, and blessings to you. I will see you soon. Mwah, mwah, mwah.